Wow. It honestly feels amazing to finally say this. Welcome, everybody, to the brand new EZCreditPR studio. I'm Moises Santiago, founder of EZCreditPR, and this platform was created for real conversations about credit, business, entrepreneurship, financial growth, and honestly, the things most people were never taught.
Yeah, and first of all, thank you to everybody supporting this new journey. I'm Paige, part of the advertising and media team here at EZCreditPR. My background is in media communications and digital marketing, and my role is helping us create educational content that reaches more people online.
Let's be honest, a lot of people are trying to understand credit completely alone. They apply for accounts, they get denied, they deal with collections, they pay high interest, and nobody really explains why it keeps happening, right?
Exactly. One thing I noticed immediately is that many people are not financially irresponsible. They simply never learned how the credit system actually works. And that lack of knowledge gets expensive fast. Higher interest, denied approvals, security deposits, stress, missed opportunities, all of it.
And that's exactly why this studio was created, to educate, to guide, and to help people better understand the system. Because financial education can literally change someone's life. We believe consumers deserve to understand their rights, their credit profile, and the financial decisions affecting their future.
And that's why our mission focuses on education, credit analysis, consumer awareness, and guidance. We help people better understand credit reporting, collections, business credit, and overall financial strategy. So whether you're rebuilding your credit, starting a business, or just trying to understand your financial future, you are welcome here.
And if you enjoy content like this, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it with somebody trying to level up financially, because information changes lives.
But today, we're talking about one word that makes a lot of consumers lose hope. One word that makes people feel like the credit system is against them.
Verified.
Wait, because what most consumers think happens during disputes and what actually happens are two very different things.
Right. Under federal law, people can dispute information they believe is incomplete or inaccurate on a credit report, and the credit reporting company generally has to investigate within about 30 days. But here's the part people miss. If an item comes back as verified, that does not automatically mean every detail was deeply rechecked line by line. It usually means the information was confirmed through the reporting process between the bureau and the company that furnished the data.
Yeah, exactly. And according to federal consumer guidance, both the credit bureau and the business that supplied the information have responsibilities when information is wrong or incomplete. So, verified is not some magical word that means you have no rights anymore.
That's such an important point. If you still disagree with the result, you may have options. You can dispute again with stronger documentation, contact the furnisher directly, and even ask to add a brief statement to your file explaining the dispute. So no, verified is not always the end of the story.
And honestly, that matters because credit reports affect way more than just a credit card application. They can influence borrowing costs and may also affect housing, insurance, and sometimes employment-related decisions. So yeah, this stuff is not small.
Finally, a clear path forward.
My financial goals feel closer.
Empowering your credit journey.
Let's be real. Trying to fix your credit on your own can get frustrating. Same steps, same results, nothing really changes. At EZCreditPR, we focus on education first. We help you understand what is really affecting your credit so you stop guessing and start moving the right way.
Empowering your credit journey.
And that's really the point of this conversation. Not fear, not hype, not false promises, just education and clarity about a system that can affect someone's financial future.
Right. If this helped, share it with someone who's trying to understand their credit. One solid piece of information can change somebody's direction. And if you're dealing with a dispute, keep records, read your reports closely, and make sure you understand your rights before taking your next step. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is the federal law that promotes fairness, accuracy, and privacy in consumer reporting. Under that law, consumers can dispute information they believe is inaccurate or incomplete, and the credit reporting company generally has to investigate, forward the dispute and relevant information to the furnisher, and report the results back.
And the law uses the phrase reasonable investigation or reasonable reinvestigation?
Yes, and that word reasonable matters a lot. Consumer advocates and regulators have argued for years that automation by itself may not always match what consumers think a reasonable investigation should look like. The law does allow credit reporting companies to decline disputes they reasonably determine are frivolous or irrelevant, but when a valid dispute is filed, there are real duties involved.
So before someone disputes an item, what should they understand?
First, stay calm. Fear leads to emotional money decisions. Second, review your full credit reports carefully. Look at who is reporting the account, the dates, the balance, the payment history, and whether you have documents that support your position. Third, know your rights before reacting to pressure from collectors or negative reporting.
Because people panic, right? They pay fast, drain savings, agree to something, and the credit damage may still remain. When most people see the word verified on a credit dispute result, they assume, a real person carefully reviewed everything. The documents, the explanation, the evidence, all of it. And honestly, that assumption feels pretty reasonable, right?
Yeah, exactly. But the part many consumers never hear is that a lot of the dispute process became heavily automated over the years. So the word verified can sound far more personal and thorough than the process may actually have been.
So wait, you're saying people may believe a full investigation happened, but that's not always what happened behind the scenes?
In many situations, yes. And that's where a system called EZCreditPR comes in. It stands for Online Solution for Complete and Accurate Reporting. According to the company behind it, it's a web-based automated system used in credit dispute processing between data furnishers and consumer reporting agencies in line with the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
Right. So what does that actually mean in plain English?
It means when a consumer files a dispute, the credit bureau may convert that dispute into standardized codes. Those codes get sent electronically to the creditor or other furnisher. The furnisher replies through the same system, and then the consumer may receive a response saying the account was verified. So, yeah, a lot of communication can happen through coded, automated exchanges.
Finally, a clear path forward.
My financial goals feel closer.
Empowering your credit journey.
Let's be real. Trying to fix your credit on your own can get frustrating. Same steps, same results, nothing really changes. At EZCreditPR, we focus on education first. We help you understand what is really affecting your credit so you stop guessing and start moving the right way.
Empowering your credit journey.
Before we wrap up this episode, there's one more thing consumers really need to understand. Just because an account comes back as verified, that does not automatically mean the situation was fully investigated the way most people assume.
Right. And honestly, that misunderstanding happens all the time. A verified response can sound final, but under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the bigger question is whether the dispute was actually reviewed in a meaningful and reasonable way.
Exactly. And in some situations, when consumers properly dispute information, there can also be concerns about how those disputed accounts keep getting reported afterward.
Yeah, and that's where possible FCRA reporting issues can enter the conversation. According to federal consumer guidance, credit reporting companies have to investigate disputes, pass along relevant information, and report results back to the consumer. And companies that furnish the data have duties too, including investigating disputed information and correcting or updating it if it turns out to be wrong or can't be verified.
So the real issue is not just did someone send back the word verified? It's what kind of investigation actually happened behind the scenes, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's the heart of it. Federal regulators have also emphasized that furnishers have a duty to investigate credit report disputes. And if information is inaccurate, incomplete, or cannot be verified, it may need to be corrected or removed. So yeah, this gets much deeper than most consumers realize.
And once people start understanding things like verified responses, automated dispute systems, reasonable investigations, and possible reporting concerns, they begin seeing the whole credit system very differently.
They do. And that's why education matters so much. A lot of consumers lose hope because they think the answer they got must be the full story, when honestly, it may not be. And sometimes what's happening behind the scenes is way more procedural than personal.
That is exactly why we created this platform, to educate, to guide, and to help people better understand their rights and their credit profile.
And trust us, this is only the beginning. We've got a lot more conversations coming on verified disputes, credit reporting, collections, consumer rights, FCRA laws, and financial strategy.
So if this episode helped you learn something new, make sure you subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media, and stay connected for the next conversation.
And don't forget to like, comment, and share this episode with someone trying to better understand their financial future, because one piece of information can completely change someone's life.
If you need help understanding your credit profile, visit EZCreditPR.com or call 412-520-8254. Learn your rights, understand your credit, and start the right way.